Good old Moody Blues. That's the year I'm from. Hey, this is Amazon up in Wyoming. Gonna give you some updates, not just on the Trump Hillary campaign, but for our locals, the Trona County Commissioners, and our local city council, people that are running for office. Let's start on the larger level. Let's start with the president. Some really good stuff came out today. Uh, the FBI reopened an investigation into Hillary. I'm not sure exactly why they did it right now. Seems to me there's something not. It doesn't pass the smell test to me. Seems it was I don't know, something that just it doesn't make any sense because as far as I understood from listening to judicial uh, committee members and politics in general up in Washington, they never do an investigation during a campaign. So I find that kind of highly suspect to begin with, that they would reopen something. So if they did manage to find something, it's got to be huge. And it's got to be to the point where it could change this election. There must be enough revolt inside the the FBI and other places that said, we just can't let this go on. This has got to come to a halt. And I think the American people are probably tired of it as well. The Clintons have been a nonstop scandal soap opera for 30 years. And granted, nothing's ever stuck to them on the pure basis that they bought their way out of most of their scandals, or people accidentally shoot themselves in the head 2 or 3 times, or jump off buildings, or commit suicide with barbells falling on their throats. So that's really one issue there. The second one is, if I'm not mistaken, there is in the law where James Comey had to report this. He had to do that if he was to save face, because the man had a great track record for years, and all over Clinton it seems to, people are laying down their careers, they're laying down their lives, they're laying down their offices to protect her. You have to wonder why. I mean, the corruption we know now goes all the way to the White House. Obama denied knowing anything about Hillary's server when he himself was emailing to it, and she was sending email to him. That came out in WikiLeaks. We also know that 17 of the 23 Obama exchanges for healthcare have failed. Arizona is going to be hiked 116%. Wyoming, we don't have any choice. We have Blue Cross and Blue Shield. That's it. Everybody else is pulled out. Our deductibles up here for me and my husband is $6,000. I mean, I'd have to go to the doctors every week to hit that $6,000, or do 2 MRIs and something else for another, $1,500 to meet that deductible before my insurance would pick up anything. Also, our prescription drugs are outrageous. I can tell you that for what I spend, or I spent in United States buying our medications for my husband and myself, was hitting over $1,200 a month. And I can buy out of Canada from Northwest Pharmacy the same medications. I've been on them for years. There's no difference. In fact, they're more pure. They're not so full of fillers that you end up swallowing a horse pill, instead of basically the drug itself and a little bit of filler. And I get 90 days supply for what I would pay for 1 month. And in some instances, like drugs that I'm going to be on the rest of my life, my Synthroid and, that for my thyroid, I get 6 months for 1 month in the United States. 6 months. So we are being gouged by the pharmaceutical company like no other country. Sometimes, I hate to say this, but there's a lot of men out there, and you guys like your Viagra, your women like your Viagra, and I'm okay with that. I mean, diabetes has taken its toll on our men, and sometimes they need a little help, and I'm okay with that. In Walgreens, 1 month supply of Viagra, $1,200. Out of Canada, $156 buys me 6 months. Buys me 6 months of a generic brand of the same thing. Works just fine. No problems. Um, then we can go on to the WikiLeaks. Man, Hillary's drip, drip, drip of corruption is just coming out. I find it really weird that they're going to throw Huma under the bus. Huma's got to worry now. I mean, with everybody who been around Clinton, they either kill themselves or have accidents. She better worry. I still wonder why she got the immunity deal the first time around. I don't think it applies to this time around. At least it better not, because it was only good for a one-time deal. Same with Cheryl Mills, her lawyer. We now know that the Clintons had paid to have people go to Trump rallies, incite violence, cause problems with people trying to go to his deal. We also know about the fraud in Haiti. They went down there, the Clinton Foundation, stole billions from these poor guys and funneled it into their foundation. And what they get out of it, I think 6 houses built and some crappy infrastructure that didn't pass even basic inspections. You've got the Veritas videos of James O'Keefe showing a year and a half long investigation into the Clintons, uh, pals that are out there rigging our elections and busting people in, and how to do it and where to do it. And looks like it's probably pretty darn true, because, polls or voting machines down in Texas have been flipping votes. Voting machines up in Michigan have been trying to flip votes. I mean, these guys have a lot of problems. And I'd like to send something to Donald Trump and anybody else who's keeping track of the numbers for how many early voters. Don't. Because then they'll know exactly how many ballots they need to stuff those boxes with dead people or double voting or whatever. It's like Trump says all the time. You don't tell the enemy what you're doing. So I would advise most everybody who's talking about, Donald Trump's 156,000 votes ahead in Florida. Shh, don't say anything. Not on the internet. We know we're being watched. We know they're watching. And, they got their little clowns sitting around filling out ballots for dead people to make up for that 156. So shut up. We got, 8 days, 9 days to go? Surely we can keep a secret for 9 days. Then you have, Obama knew about Hillary's emails, because he was emailing her back and forth on some, surname, trying to hide who he was. He's looking like a big old fool. Not that he hasn't looked like a fool for, I don't know, probably the last 8 years. Putin's got more balls than Obama does. His are in a jar in Michelle Obama's mooch. She's a mooch. There's no doubt about it. You can take the hood rat out of the hood, or you can take the hood rat out of the hood, but you can't take the rat out of the woman, And she's been a hood rat since she was young. She'll always be a hood rat. I don't know. It probably passed most of us by, but we have to know that our internet has been stolen. Obama signed over our internet to basically the United Nations to decide what can be on the internet, what can't be on the internet. Facebook is definitely censoring us. YouTube is definitely censoring us. I think we're going to end up having to go back to Morse code or snail mail to keep in contact with one another through the states. I think the politics and the money, I mean, everybody's bragging, oh, Hillary's got a war chest this big and Hillary's got all this money, blah, 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 for down ballot. She's going to need down ballot because she's not going to win this. And I wouldn't vote for a single Democrat if they paid me. Not a one of them. Not a one of them in Senate. Not a one of them in Congress. They are sold out shills to the liberal agenda of getting rich off of you. So with that, let's go on to, oh God, we could go on forever. I think with this new opening of the investigation into Hillary, Loretta Lynch needs to step aside. Comey needs to step aside. Oh, definitely McCabe. Terry McQueen. All of them. They need to all be stepped aside. They need to get a grand jury together. And they need a special prosecutor. No more of this inside information. No more of this inside stuff. Okay, also, Congress. I do not care if you want an explanation or more details. And I do not care if Hillary wants more details or information. It's called an investigation. And like any criminal investigation, nothing goes out till the investigation is done, or at least midterm. They have to go through that stuff first and make sure that any confidential stuff does not get leaked to the public. That's protocol. So I don't know why Hillary's up there running her lips. Transparency. Where was her transparency? The bitch did everything she could to hide everything from, 13 phones and 5 iPads walk into a bar and they all get hammered. That's the intent of that. She said that so that she can look like, go ahead, throw it out there. She did that in Congress too. I've got nothing to hide. But boy, did she have a lot to hide, didn't she? Oh man, the WikiLeaks is blowing up in her face. In fact, Julian Assange is expected to give us something really, really good here. And I hope it's enough, to convert any independent, any Democrat that's been on the fence. You don't want this crazy woman anywhere near the nuke button. Remember the wars in Syria and Libya that our children got killed in? It was because she was gun running. She was making money to the Clinton Foundation off of the death of our children. Do you not get that? What point don't you get? It amazes me. And there's a senator, Elijah Cummings. Now, I watched a lot of the Judicial Committee on the Benghazi hearings. I watched that one. I watched, it's got to be about 10 of them so far, just on, national security and the whole bit. And Elijah Cummings leads the group there. He leads this in protecting Hillary. And if he's your senator, guys, you need to dump that boy because he is a sold out, paid for Uncle Tom. And I mean big time. Let's make America great again, guys. Here's our chance. Reporting to you from Casper, Wyoming. This is Amazon Jude. May God bless your family tonight.